Now, I've just come across an article which is from BBC News, which is saying, why are so many babies dying of COVID-19 in Brazil? So as we scroll down, we see they've come out with a figure of 1,300 babies have died from the virus. And that's, obviously an official figure. So that may sound a lot, but if we look at the population of Brazil, it's 211 million, and that was in 2019, so it's even probably more than that now. So when you compare that figure of 1,300 to the total population, it's actually a tiny, tiny proportion. And you can actually calculate this as a percentage. So to calculate a percentage, we take the figure of 1,300, divide that by 211 million, times 100 to get it to a percent. And that is the actual percent. So it's a fraction, a tiny fraction of 1%. If this was a 1 here, there would be 1%. It's not even 0.01. It's not 0.001. The point is, it's such a tiny, tiny percentage. And what that tells me is that some of these news stories, they're not, they're not looking at the actual statistical fact. What they're doing is they're just taking a figure, 1,300, and using that figure and saying, isn't that a lot? Isn't that a lot? But in actual fact, it's not a lot. It's a tiny, tiny percentage of the total population. So tiny that it's a tiny, tiny fraction, less than 1,000th of 1%. So it just shows you how they will use certain tactics to make things look bad, when in actual fact it's such a small percentage. It is almost statistically insignificant, that. So, you can't always trust what you see on the media, because in actual fact that's distortion. What they should say is, what is the percentage of the population of babies have died, and in percentage terms, that's the figure. How many babies have died out of the total population of the country, and that's the figure. It's just tiny.